Good morning, everybody. Clearly, I just woke up. Um, let's do a very awkward video with a very awkward girl about a very awkward quote. Let's enhance our humility. It's better to have humility, which means freedom from the arrogance of your own ego, viewing yourself as lowly, not less than, but not overinflated or highly sensitized ego that's easily wounded because it is overinflated. It is better to have humility than hubris. Hubris is to have an overinflated sense of self-importance. Ego runneth mad. So you'll get along with other people in this life a lot better with humility than hubris. Most of us have difficulty having enough self-esteem. Having low self-esteem is not the same as being humble. Having humility, being down to earth, having your own self-importance, realizing you are valuable, but everyone else is just as valuable, regardless of circumstance, place, position, station, looks, possessions, etc. That each of us is equally important, and not letting your ego get in your own way. Hubris is dictated by one's ego. You will be very easily offended, very easily felt to be disrespected, have very high requirements of other people and things and how you should be treated. You'll have expectations that will serve to frustrate you because you aren't getting what you believe you deserve. It's ego runneth amok. And ego is not the same as self-esteem, having hubris, because the person with hubris wouldn't be so easily wounded, so easily disrespected, so easily offended when their own self-important needs were not met, if they truly thought they were wonderful. A person with extremely high ego, great hubris, is hard to deal with. They're demanding, they're critical, they expect certain things because they just feel they are inherently deserving of it. It's overinflated self-importance. But that self-importance bubble is easily ruptured because no one is more valuable than anyone else, regardless of race, religion, position, station in life, profession, accolades. We are all of equal importance and uniqueness and value and worth. And when you treat yourself as if the world owes you something, anytime your overinflated expectations are not met, you may lash out. You will at least have a lot of negative feelings, a lot of frustration, a lot of anger, a lot of upset, a lot of disappointment for unmet expectations. Kind of like a child throwing a tantrum because they deserve that cookie in the grocery store and they didn't get it. You'll be frustrated rather easily. And you may treat others in a negative way, if you don't contain your ego and realize that each of us is equally important, and allow the fact that each of us is equally important not to detract from your own self-esteem. Viewing others as important as you are doesn't make you less to make others more. We should be in a place in life where we view no one above us or below us, where we can walk up to any man or woman, or they, whatever pronoun you wish to be, any human, and look them in the eye. That is humility. Humility doesn't mean self-deprecating. Humility doesn't mean lack of self-love, lack of self-esteem. The humble person recognizes their own worth. They just recognize the worth of others and treat others as equally deserving, equally valuable. They don't have expectations to the same degree for special treatment, and they don't get wounded as easily. It's like looking at the glass half full, glass half empty example. The person with hubris, ego runneth amok, is going to see the glass half empty 90% of the time, and they will have negative emotional states and potentially negative relationship implications, job implications, etc., because of that attitude and mind state. The person with humility will often see the glass as half full and be grateful for receiving it and feel abundant. They'll recognize that if you love all you have all you need. They will appreciate others. They'll be appreciative, and not have expectations of special, important recognition, or of such a fragile ego that they spend a lot more time in a positive state. Not down here. So being humble doesn't mean to negate oneself and one's self-esteem and one's self-worth. It just means to keep it in check. So the quote, let's break down, well, I'm half asleep and rambling, an example of how you can practice humility, or when you want to see perhaps which side you fall on. Are you more in the hubris section? Do you have some humility? Are you a little off balance one way or the other? Do you view humility as low self-esteem? Not worthy versus just as worthy as everyone else. And that awkward quote is, don't look a gift horse in the mouth. The origins of that quote are presumed, it's a proverb, they're presumed that in prior history they used to gift animals, and a horse was a very large, valuable gift to give another person. Livestock, having a horse allowed you to get around, allowed you to hunt, it allowed a lot of things. Even currently, to give someone an actual literal horse, it's a massive gift. However, this gift either comes with drawbacks. Now you own a horse. Where are you gonna put a horse? Got to get the stable, got to get the food, God, it comes with a lot of responsibility, a lot of money that you now have to spend. It comes with drawbacks. Or primarily, the quote is referring to it not meeting your expectations, not being the exact right horse that you wanted. This horse is the wrong color. This horse is a little older than I would prefer. It's not a pony, it's a horse. Why did you give me a horse? Not being a gracious recipient of that which you are gifted in life, either simply by the nature of life, your very life, your good health, etc., good fortunes that fall upon you, or gifts from others. When you receive something, you remember those family members that on holidays would always get you like socks or underwear or the ugliest sweater at Christmas. How do you receive a gift bestowed on you? From existence, are you appreciative? Are you grateful? And from other people. Even when you may have to turn around and give that gift away because the responsibility, the cost, the drawbacks are too great for you to bear. So it is an unwanted gift. Do you graciously accept it? Kindly accept it? And then turn around and go ahead and release it and take care of whatever obligations you need to do to release yourself the responsibility, etc., that you are not equipped for. Later, give it to someone who wants it, but don't be disrespectful, disapproving. It doesn't meet my needs. When you are handed something in life, how do you react? Do you react with humility or hubris? If you were proposed to and you were given a ring, is your first thought, the diamond's too small? So small I can't even see it. Is it cubic zirconium or is it real diamond? I don't like the color. I don't like the... Are you examining the ring? Are you examining the relationship? Barely even noticing that the ring is there, just noticing so much so to the fact that you're getting proposed to is what the ring signifies. Is that your reaction? Shock and awe and gratitude and having to take stock of if you're going to say yes or no in this situation. Are you evaluating the diamond ring or cubic zirconium ring? You know, anyone that wants to marry me better have to anyone that wants to date me better, you know, be tall, dark, and handsome, because that's what I deserve, even if they're a horrible human being. How do you react when you're handed a gift? If someone gives you something, gives you a hand, helps you out, how do you receive that help? Are you demanding? Someone helps you move. Are you demanding and expect them to do the whole thing and never say thank you? Are you a gracious recipient? A grateful recipient? Even if it's not what you wanted. So hubris will leave you frustrated and negative frequently and may have implications on your relationships, your profession, things that you want in your life, because it causes you a lot of complications not to get your ego under control. Humility will cause you to be gracious and grateful of others, of what you have. Doesn't mean that you self-deprecate or treat yourself as less than. It means that you value and love yourself, and you value and love other people, and you're gracious and grateful. You have your ego in check, balanced.